Alright, so here's a court case that everybody should pay attention to. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to News in 5. I'm your host, Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. UFS, or University of the Free State, in court for mandatory vaccination policy. Students, staff, and stakeholders of the University of the Free State, or UFS, form part of the Universities Alliance South Africa's lawsuit against the UFS mandatory vaccination policy during the spicy cough. Universities Alliance South Africa is a non-profit company established in December 2021 to defend the rights of university students, staff, and stakeholders nationwide. Nathan Pillay, chairperson of the alliance, says they represent more than 100 stakeholders from the UFS in the challenge that will be heard in Bloemfontein High Court on the 27th of November. The UFS spicy cough policy was provided on 26th of November 2021 and implemented from 14th of February 2022, despite significant opposition from within the UFS community. The policy impeded rights of thousands of stakeholders, threatening to strip students, staff, and others of their freedom of choice, and should they not comply, access to education and employment, says Pillay. One example, a mother said to a student, only vaccinated persons were allowed onto the campus, and if not vaccinated, staff, students, and visitors had to bring a weekly negative test costing 500 Rand, and later a negative antigen test costing 150 Rand per week. With the majority of students depending on SFAS funding for students, many were forced to vaccinate against their will to continue their education as they could not afford weekly spicy cough testing. Others who did not wish to comply were pressured into capitulation. Our matter has now been set down for hearing, and the disenfranchised, downtrodden, and oppressed will finally be given a voice on the 27th of November, Pillay said in a news release. Universities Alliance South Africa stands for the South African Constitution, freedom of choice, and bodily integrity. We have held that the UFS mandatory vaccination policy is draconian, disproportionate, and unacceptable in an open and democratic society based on human dignity, equality, and freedom. Pillay said that although the policy is not presently in force, the UFS has retained it for future use as it sees fit, and with it remains an ever-present threat of prejudice to stakeholders if the university is not taken to task. So that's a very important point to mention. Right now, UFS is not implementing that policy.
At least for now.
Which makes me kind of worried, because the court could turn around and say, yeah, but they're not implementing it now. And, when they did implement it, it was during a time where nobody was really sure what was going on, and we're just trying to all be safe and wada. And the court might maybe dismiss the case. I don't know. I mean, the court could say that, but at the same time, the case is more about forcing people to do something they don't want to do, and that does go against the Constitution. So this is a very interesting case, and rest assured I'll be keeping an eye on this story, especially when the 27th of November comes around. But unfortunately, with the way the justice system works, we won't necessarily hear a judgment on the 27th of November. It could be weeks, it could be months, it could be years before we hear what the judgment actually is. But once we hear one, I'll definitely let you guys know what the judgment was. I'm definitely rooting for UASA in the matter, of course. But you let me know who you're rooting for in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts on this case. If you enjoyed this content, you might enjoy these videos. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, share it far and wide, and subscribe to the channel. I've got more content coming your way, and consider becoming a member if you really enjoy this content. It'd be greatly appreciated. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.